My name is Debbie Nwangwa, and my journey started 15 years ago in about 2 weeks' time. So that makes me feel really, really old. At the time, my job was very much corporate. I was working for an oil and gas company, kind of fell into that job. I felt really lucky to have the job because I didn't have any qualifications, but it was a 50-hour-a-week job traveling around the country, and I never got to see the kids. I had them really young, nice little surprise. I was 22 when I had my first, and then 25 when I had my second. And I was the only person that did my job that had children, so it wasn't available as part-time. I had to go back to work when they were 3 months old, which meant that they went into nursery from a really, really young age. They became really sociable, they loved it, but I didn't love it. And I did that because I thought that that's what you had to do to give nice things to your kids. What it actually did was got me into a shed load of debt because I didn't have the amount of holidays that they had. So when when the nursery was closed, when they went to school, and obviously then the holidays become longer, I had to put them into childcare. So it costs a lot of money, and I didn't earn that kind of money. Anyway, I fortunately fell in love with a private school locally to me when I lived in Warwick. And I fell in love with it so much that I had to send my boys there if they passed the exam at the age of 7. My eldest passed the exam in September 2010, and I joined Forever in October 2010. So thankfully for me, somebody showed me this opportunity, and I just thought, if it can give me, anything up to £500-600 a month, I'll do it. Didn't think it would ever change my life the way that it did. Within a few months, I was already matching my corporate salary. Within 2 years, I was actually in a position whereby both of the boys were in the school, and I was able to give up my job. So then I was able to earn a lot more money doing Forever, plus be a stay-at-home mom and spend all of the time with the boys, which usually meant travelling around the country, following them, whether it was in a rugby match or sports or anything to do with music. So I became the mom that I wanted to be. I also became a single mom, not by choice, but what that meant was I was still able to give the boys everything that they wanted, everything that they needed, as a single parent, as a solo parent, and they travelled the world with me. So they absolutely love travel. My eldest is now 23 in November. They were 5 and 7 when I joined, and my youngest is 20. So my eldest lives in China with his girlfriend, and my youngest is in the Royal Marines, so who knows where he will be. So it's just been the most incredible decision that I ever made back then. Didn't know where it was going to take me, and all I did was followed exactly what you're going to see tonight. And some of that community that obviously Michael was talking about, I have met the best of friends in the last 15 years that, again, my kids have grown up with their children and everything else, and like I say, it's given them that bug for travel. So it's my pleasure to take you through the first part of this evening. So you've already heard Rex being talked about a few moments ago, and here he is on the screen. And I love this in terms of the ethos of the company to empower people. How many other people's mission statements do you see with that on there? Regardless of their circumstances, to build a better life and be in business for themselves. And that's what Forever's all about. And it's all about what matters most to you. And it could be that your reason for joining the business is on this screen. So it could be that, who doesn't want extra income? Since the pandemic, everything's gone up, whether it's food shopping, whether it's utilities, whether it's, fuel for the car, paying rent, paying mortgages, everything's gone up. So I don't know anybody that doesn't want to tick that one off anywhere in the world right now. More time for yourself. I spent more time at work than I did with my children. I was grumpy when I got home, and so were they, because they'd been at nursery from 8 till 6, and I was on the motorway and usually stuck trying to get back. How many people in the room love to travel? How many people in the room would love somebody else to pick up the bill for the travel and 5-star? I have been on, I think it's about 28 free 5-star holidays with Forever now in less than 15 years. And they haven't just been to, the other end of the country. They have been to places like Hawaii, Singapore, Dubai, countless amounts of times, South Africa. There have been life-changing trips that my children still talk about now at the age of 20 and nearly 23, because they've had those experiences and had the opportunity to see life a little bit further afield. A legacy for your family, working for yourself, having that personal growth, making a difference. We actually make a difference in people's lives in Forever, and that doesn't, it's not because we're special, it's just because that's what we get the ability to be able to do. And the more people that we help, the more money that we earn, and that is the beauty of what it is. You might want to move to a bigger house or just meet new people, make new friends. Your reason might also not be on the screen as well. Mine wasn't on the screen, it was for school fees, and that's all that drove me in the early days until I'd ticked that off, and then I thought, I could leave work. Wasn't part of the plan. So how do you achieve what matters most to you as an individual? This is our head office in Scottsdale, Arizona. This is Rex back in the day, so the company's 47 years old. He was already a very successful businessman, and I'm just going to flick through some of the success and the growth that we've had as a company. So from 1978 starting, We also opened up our manufacturing facility, which you've heard Michael talking about, that we're constantly growing that to make sure that we can own the whole process from, we own the aloe fields and everything in between to getting the product to our customers and ourselves. So 1981, we opened up the facility. 83, we opened up in Australasia. 87, we opened up in South America. Europe, this was our head office. So if those of you haven't been in Forever for very long, this is where we used to be before February this year, and we were there for many, many years. I'm going to just take my glasses off because I can't see the people at the back. So 1989, we moved in there, and we just moved to this building in February this year. 95, we opened up in Africa. Any Africans in the room? Whoop, whoop. Dominican Republic, so we purchased our own aloe fields in the Dominican Republic in 1999. Again in the Middle East, 1999 as well, and then in the year 2000 we opened up in India. Anyone from India in the room? Nope. Forever Direct, this is where we get our products from here and all throughout Europe, is from this amazing building which they built in 2008. And basically it's where you can see it, it's filled to the rafters, and they've kind of made it bigger as the years have gone on. So this is where all of our distribution comes from throughout Europe. 2012, we purchased more fields in Texas. So you can start to see the longevity. Michael talked about we're not just a company that's just arrived. We're not going anywhere. All we're going to do is just keep growing and growing and growing. And it's great to be a part of that. We also give back to lots and lots of charities. So we've got the Rexmorn Foundation, which again is just fantastic. We've got a water well that we've done in Burkina Faso in 2024. And again, it's just about giving back to people that are less fortunate around the world with these charities that we do. So, over 45 years of continuous growth. And it all comes down to the fact that we are a product-based company that's innovative, that the products are constantly evolving with, what might be good for our health and our wellness, and we're always in the right place at the right time. Our aloe is hand-planted, hand-harvested, so there's no nasties in the fields. We use goats to do their business, so to speak, which means that everything's organic. And we give back to the earth as well. As I said, don't forget about the goats. We've got 3,000 goats. Not that I don't think that anybody in Forever has actually counted them. But that means that we don't use any nasties. Like I said before, it means that we own the process. We know how that process works. We know what's in our tubes and our bottles, from plant to product to you and our customers. And like I say, we are certified organic, and we're really proud of that. We've got loads and loads of outside accreditations. So we've got the Germa test, we've got vegan, Leaping Bunny products, and you can see them all clearly on the packaging. We've got gluten-free products, halal, vegetarian, and my favourite on this whole entire slide is I didn't come from a sales background. That was the one thing that worried me, is how will I get these products out to people when I've never sold anything before? When I saw that there was a 60-day money-back guarantee, I thought, well, I've got no risk involved. I can recommend this to people that I care about, people that I meet, and they can try it for 2 whole months. And even if they use the whole entire product, they can give it back and get their money back. I thought, well, it's a win-win situation. It's risk-free. Why wouldn't I recommend these to people that I care about and people that I love? So that bit was very, very simple. So we've got, if you haven't already tried our drinking gels out in the reception area where the aloe bar is, please do before you leave. My favourite, I had my hand up for berry nectar. Who else was a berry nectar? That's my favourite. But obviously we've got different flavours for different palates. So there is always something that somebody can take, unless obviously it's for medical reasons. Skincare and personal care. These products I was already using with somebody else's label on it. And that's the thing with our products, is people are already spending hundreds, thousands of pounds on these products with somebody else's label on it. And all we're doing is saying, please, can you try ours? You can sample it for 4 or 5 days. And I do that quite a lot with my products. I actually give them out as samples, or I send them in the post if they're not close to me. Like people that I've met on holiday. I've kept in touch with them on social media, and I want to get these products out to them because I think that they would massively benefit them. So skincare, personal care. How many people do you know that brush their teeth, wash their hair, use skincare? There's customers literally everywhere that you look. We've got a massive weight management and fitness section within Forever as well. So who do you know that goes to the gym? Who do you know that likes to look after themselves and work out or do Pilates or whatever else, yoga? There are people literally everywhere that you go. We've also got a massive supplements range as well, from everything from, eyesight health to gut health to literally everything that you can think of. We've usually got a supplement that can be recommended to somebody that might be able to help them with something that they might have an issue with, so to speak. So we've got 2 starter packs. We've got them over here on my left-hand side. So again, come up to the front if you've not seen those and everything that's contained in those boxes. When I joined, there was only 1 box, but there's now 2 boxes. So you have a choice as to which one you think would be better suited to you as an individual and the network of people that you have around you as well. So I've explained a very unique company. So there's nothing quite like Forever, and a product range as well. But I'm going to pass on now to a lovely lady that is not too far away from here in terms of distance, but we've kind of had our journey together for most of the time that I've been in the company, but she is a soaring manager, and she's going to take you through the next part of this evening. So please welcome Claire Massey. Just the middle button. Thank you so much.
Good evening, it's a pleasure to be here tonight. Ooh, I'm excited, not as excited as CJ always is, she always brings the energy. I am excited to be here though, because I get to talk to you about money. Who's excited about money? You're either excited about money because you're already a part of Forever, or you're here this evening to find out about how you can earn the income that's right for you working alongside us. A quick little bit about myself. I will weave in some information and some of my experience as I take you through some of these slides. I've been involved with Forever now for the last 11.5 years. I can't believe I can say that. I started this business when my eldest daughter was 8 weeks old. I'm now a busy mum to 3 girls. They are 11, 9 and 7, soon to be 12. And it's my eldest Bella is the reason I got up and running, the reason I had to be open-minded. I had to be prepared to look at something different. I was on maternity leave from my career in education. I was a secondary school teacher. I loved my job. I wasn't planning on doing anything different. I thought I had my career set out for family life. I'd have the school holidays, all that kind of thing. Actually, as time went on, I realised I wasn't going to have the time I wanted with my daughter. I just wanted more. I actually wanted everything, my husband would say. You can't have it all, Claire. I wouldn't mind it. I wanted time at home, but I still wanted to be me. I still wanted a career progression. I wanted something that I was passionate about. And you may feel like that, or might know other people who feel like that. You know, the 76% of the UK's population are looking for a flexible way of working. That's today. It's incredible, the amount of people that were just like me looking for a business opportunity. And a friend of mine shared this with me. At first I thought she was mad. I didn't really understand Aloe Vera, and I'd never heard of network marketing. I had no idea what she was talking about, so I ignored her. Obviously, though, my maternity leave end was approaching, and I went back with my tail between my legs and saw the information that I'm going to share with you this evening, and I was blown away. I'll admit, not blown away with the idea of selling Aloe Vera. That felt completely out of my comfort zone. You've just heard from Debbie how incredible the products are. She's not lying. They are incredible. And if you're prepared to use a brand and share a brand with other people, we recommend things all the time, that will come naturally. There's also a lot of people out there that would like the idea of being an influencer. You could see yourself as a bit of an influencer. That's all we do. Use a product, people trust our recommendation, and we make some sales off the back of it. But there's also another part of our business that really, really caught my eye. So yes, we share the products and we make a retail profit on those, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a moment. But we also share the business. And it's through sharing the business side of things that enabled me to leave my job and replace my income within 6 months of starting. As I said, I went on then and had 2 more children. And I've built a business that's really flexible around them. I'm at every school run, and I remind myself not to moan at even one, even if it's raining, because I feel privileged to be able to do that. The sports days, the nativity plays, I'm there. Even when they've forgot their coat, I'm back up to the school. And I moan, but that's why I started this business, to have a career around them, not have children around my career, just my personal preference. So we, Forever Living, are a global company, as you've heard. We operate in over 140 countries around the world. And the company is made up of home-based business owners, people who get to choose where they work, how often they work, the time they put in, their income goals, their targets. And that's what's contributed to the success of the company. The people out there want to have a business on their own terms and reap the rewards for that. So to develop your customers, this is an example that we'll share with you just to keep things really simple on the screen there. I think these figures are a bit conservative, just in my opinion, but imagine you had 20 customers who all spent £25 a month with you. That would mean your business is turning over £500 worth in retail sales of product. I was surprised by that bit. 20 customers, not thousands and thousands that I imagined I would need to replace an income. 20 customers who fall in love and use the brand and come back for more. Because that's the beauty. These products are consumable. A lot of them are monthly consumable. So it's not about finding new customers and hundreds all the time, every month. Now, Forever are going to pay you anywhere between 30 and 48%, depending on where you are. Everyone starts out at 30%. I love that. I felt that was really high. My sister had a hair salon, and she would be recommending companies' brands in her salon, and she'd get a max of 10% on the sales. 30% you start off at, and you can work your way up to the 48% if you like. So on that, then, you'd typically be earning £150 to £300 a month. We know there are people out there not just looking for a more flexible career, but are looking for some extra income. And by simply recommending a product to a handful of customers and looking after them, you can be earning that amount. You know, I always say, and for me now, who would enjoy seeing, let's pick a middle figure, £200 in their account extra this month? We all would. And there are so many people out there looking for the same. Press the microphone, I'm getting confused which is in which hand. Again, if you are anything like me, I started to become excited about this business and then really started to think about, actually, who's going to buy these products from me? Like, are they in demand? I mean, Debbie's just talked about the fact that if you know people that wash their hair and brush their teeth, you've pretty much got a customer. But then you start thinking, but are my friends and family going to? Well, the reality is some of them will and some of them won't. But we're not just going to build your entire business based on your friends and family supporting you. No one would do that. If you opened a restaurant, you wouldn't rely on your friends and family eating in it only to be successful. So we're going to show you how to develop a network. We can use the network you've already established in your years on this earth, but also the point is we're going to show you to develop that and help you to develop the skills to professionally recommend these products. We're not looking for hard sales or anything like that, or trying to convince or splashing things all over our social media. We do want to come from that recommendation. Now, as I said, these people will be people you know. Also, though, people that are part of your daily routine. I've sold products to people on the school run, people in the office, any hobbies you might have, people at the gym. Social media, it's fantastic. You can use that as much or as little as you like, but it's a free marketing tool. Other huge companies are using it. People in your local community, you know, these products are in demand. No matter what's happening in the economy, people want to look and feel good. The health and wellness market is set to fly over 7 billion. You can have a piece of that pie working alongside us with our incredible products. The other side of the business then is where we're going to look for and identify business partners, people like you who may be either looking for an extra income or a really exciting career replacement and more, or everything in between. Play along with me. So in your head, think of two people. I'm assuming we all know two people. We do, don't we? Really, when I started thinking about this, you actually don't know who's looking. Because no one walks around with a sign on their head that says, I could do with £200 extra, or I really don't like my job, or I'd like to work less shifts. So I had no idea really who these people were going to be, who were going to work alongside us. Some of them it was predictable, but some of them I was really surprised by. So just think, do you know two people that might be looking for an extra income or a more flexible way of working? We're going to help you and coach you on how to professionally share the business information with those people then. If they like what they see, they'll come and join you in business. And with our support, we're going to coach them and guide them and mentor them and really listen to what it is that they want out of their business and help them to get set up and running. Imagine those two people know two people each. Remember I said 76% of people are looking for a more flexible way of working. There's people out there. So that means you'd have 4 people in your business. If those 4 people found 2 people each, you'd have 8, and so on, because I'll get all tongue-tied if I have to say the whole example. You can see it on the screen. But before you know it, just by sharing the business with 2 people, your business could have grown to 30 people big. Now, what's happening in there is those 30 people are all looking after those handful of customers. Imagine the example we shared earlier, 20 customers, all spending £25 a month. So if they're all turning over £500 a month, but there's 30 of them, your turnover has gone from £500 that we talked about before to now £15,000 a month in turnover. But you're looking after your regular customers and just those first 2 people. That's what blew my mind. That's what made me think I could probably still have an exciting career here without having to work hours and hours and hours and hours. If I'm prepared to use some products, recommend them and look after a small customer base, and also be passionate about helping other people develop a business, that £1,200 per month, what would that feel like dropping into your account at the end of October? It would make a huge difference to you and to a lot of people. And that's what made me realise here, this isn't actually just about me. It feels really good to offer this opportunity to other people. And when they start seeing the success they're looking for, you've contributed to that. You've played a part in helping them to see that success. Think bigger though. We always teach you to think bigger in Forever. Imagine this example if we take 3 people instead of 2. Do you know 3 people? You do, don't you? We all do. Imagine those 3 find 3 people each. Have I missed a bit? No, we're good. And those 3 find 3. So that's 9, and those 9 find 3. You can see how this quickly multiplies. And again, talking about myself, I hope that's okay. I just feel like it brings it to life a little bit. In those first few months in my business, I was working really hard. That's the catch here. I'm always really proud to tell people that there is a catch. You do have to work, like in any other business. But I was on fire. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just happy to share the products and happy to share the business with people. And my business started growing out of my control. And there were people that I was meeting that were saying, "Clam in your business," and I had no idea. Because you might know the first 3, or even 9, or even 27, but once you start getting to 120 people in your organisation, you might not know them personally. They might not live in this country. They can live in any of the 140 countries that we operate in. So we're just going to develop this kind of income, it's really, really simple. £2,000 to £4,000 per month. That's what made me think I could possibly leave my career here. If this works, that excites me. And coming to an evening like this and listening into presentations and seeing real life examples, my thought was, if they can, maybe I can. There's no difference between them and me. And I say it's simple, but that doesn't mean it is easy. As I said, we've got to work. What we do is use the product, develop a customer base, and help other people to do the same thing. Use the product, develop a customer base, share the business opportunity with people, and help them to get up and running. So you've kind of unlocked this coaching side of the business. So yes, I do love to use the product and recommend the product and enjoy the retail profit, but quickly became really passionate about the coaching and providing training and providing an environment that people want to be a part of and team events. It's really, really fun. It's a nice place to be. Where are they though? Because just like the product, I remember thinking, oh God, I might be able to think of a few people, but I'm not really sure who else is going to come and join me because I need 120 because I need that kind of income to leave my job. Where are they? They came over time. So some were people that I was already connected with. I used both online and offline methods to grow my business. I still do. And I've met people along the way. I've been shown the school run. My goodness me, that playground is fantastic. Gymnastics that I go to with the children, kids' parties. The lady I got chatting to at the Asda checkout till, unbelievably, she was moaning about how unhappy she was. Of course I'd share this with her. Why would I not? She came and worked alongside me really shortly after that conversation. So people are everywhere looking for either extra or a replacement income. Now, on top of that, we do have the most incredible incentives. A bit like big blue chip corporate companies might offer incentives, maybe travel incentive, car incentive, whatever the case may be. So do Forever Living. Now, whilst this didn't really excite me, if I'm being really honest, when I looked at this information, because I just needed money to have more time with my children, that's all I could see. I had kind of blinkers on with it. A few months into my business, people that were coaching and guiding me suggested that, Claire, you could go for that. Why don't you try for that? Is that in line with what you want to do with your business? I was like, oh, they think I can do it. The most supportive, incredible environment, and when you're watching other people achieve these kind of things, you actually just think, maybe I can too. So car programs, travel opportunity, we've heard about some of that this evening, and end of year bonus programs as well. We've been fortunate enough as a family to drive a car, very different to the one I was driving when I started my business, so much nicer, bigger car to fit 3 children and a double buggy in. We've travelled a lot with the company. My children's favourite trip, and they still talk about it today, is Abu Dhabi. They absolutely loved it. If you've got children, definitely go. I've had trips with just myself and my husband, and ones that we've tagged our children along with as well. So it really becomes this family business, and I love that they can see the environment that not only am I working in, but they get to grow up in as well. So I've talked a lot. I've seen some of you nodding and smiling in the right places. Thank you for that. I just thought I'd bring this to life a little bit more and introduce you to a couple of people who are going to share a little bit about their journey with Forever, why they got started, and their thoughts and their journey so far and where they're going now. So Tina, if you wouldn't mind joining me and sharing your experience, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. Welcome, Tina.
Thank you, Claire. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tina Gillis, and I've been working with Forever since 2009. At the time I was introduced to Forever, I was a physiotherapist. I'd been a physiotherapist for about 14 years at that point, both within the NHS and private sector, and I absolutely loved what I did. I wasn't looking for a change of career. I wasn't looking for another business. I was, however, quite worried about some months. There weren't as many physio clients coming through the door as others. Back in 2009, much like today, we were on a bit of a tail end of a recession, and so I discovered the products. I knew the products worked. I tried them on me, the family, some of my physio patients. And so I came along to an evening like this to find out about the products. But what I also heard was this information that you're hearing now about the business side of things. And what I saw was something that was completely flexible, something I could fit around my physiotherapy clinic and around my children. Because predominantly I was a mum, and I was a mum that loved being a physio, but the mum bit always came first, very much like Claire. So I started... I kind of dipped my toe. I was full of self-doubt. I'd never done anything business-like at all. I was the sort of physio that would forget to take people's payment in the private clinic because, I just loved helping people. I know that sounds like a bit of a cliche, but they would come back the following week and say, we didn't pay you last week. I was definitely born to work in the NHS, so I didn't know if I could actually make a success of this business. But what I knew was the products worked. And I also knew that potentially this could take away the worry for those months where I didn't have enough income and just top up £200 to £400 a month. What happened was, over the next 18 months, I was definitely ignorance on fire. I just, really, really loved what I was doing. I went out there with passion, and I built a business with an income that overtook my private physio clinic. So after 18 months, I had a full change of career, stopped being a physiotherapist, and for the last 15 and a half years, this has been my sole income. I now work part-time hours for a full-time income. I work completely flexibly. I have been that mum every step of the way for my children, who are now 23 and 19, and telling me they don't need me to be there all the time anymore, but, I'm not going to listen to that. And what it's given me above all else, it's given me choices, it's given me time with my family. Life throws curveballs in my way, in everyone's way, and it's allowed me to step back, take time out of my business when I've needed to, spend time with my family through illness, things like that. But the residual income with Forever has paid me month in, month out for the last 16 years. If I'd been employed or had my physio clinic, I can say hand on heart, I would have lost that business or probably been sacked. But Forever was there every step of the way. So it's given me time with my children, flexibility, freedom, great financial security, and above all, it's taken away the worry that I used to have for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. Seja, come on, we'd love to hear from you. Come and tell us a little bit about your Forever journey.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Seja. I'm a nurse by profession, and I've been nursing since 2007. I loved it. And Forever came my way 7 years ago. It was through my sister, who was based in South Africa at the time. And she said to me, look at this opportunity. It's because I had been mourning about this full-time working as a nurse, and I was struggling. I ended up taking my children out of school because I needed to be with them more. You know, I wasn't being the mom I wanted to be and the nurse I wanted to be. It was just not happening. And then I was complaining to my sister, and she said, you know what, look at Forever. I was reluctant. I don't want to lie. It took me 2 years to then say yes to Forever. And I came to an opportunity like this, an opportunity meeting like this, and funny enough, Debbie was presenting. And she said she left school at 16, and she was earning these monies that were there. I thought, I'm sure I can do it. And so we learn from one another. We learn from other business owners. So if you're watching us and you're looking, you can learn. If she can do it, if I can do it, you can do it too. Fast forward 7 years, I've replaced my full-time nursing income, which I'm so pleased about. You know what? I do nursing when I want to now. So there is that flexibility, which I'm so grateful for. I'm spending lots and lots of time with my children, and I'm doing what I want, working with those I want to work with, and spending time with who I want to spend with, not because I'm forced to be in a situation. So you can do it too. I've traveled with the company too. I remember the Abu Dhabi trip. My kids were there too. They loved it. Mexico, it was exciting. You know what? You heard talking about the next trip, which is Sun City, South Africa. My children have told me they want to go there. So I have to work hard because they want to go there, and I have to go. So if I'm working hard for it, as I'm working hard for it, you can be working hard for it as well. Let's do it together. Together we win in Forever.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. I think it's really powerful to hear stories, isn't it? I remember looking at slides like this thinking, oh, well, they're probably all actors, and actually, do people actually qualify for that? Those that put in the graft do, consistently work hard, do qualify for experiences like this. In fact, I believe the trip that's just been is the largest ever, I think. So if you're wondering whether you've maybe missed the boat in a 47-year-old company, you're wrong. It's growing. The network marketing industry is so exciting. More and more people looking for a different way of working. And Forever Living is one of the, as I said, the highest bonus paying companies there are, the most stable, secure, cash-rich, debt-free company. And I'm so grateful that this was the company that was presented to me nearly 12 years ago. Global business opportunities. So yes, you can sell product to your neighbour or anyone in your local town, but you can also sell products to people around the world. With your business, you do get a web store and the opportunity to have a retail link as well. It is a legacy business, which is quite rare, actually. The legacy part of this business means that the income that you develop with your business will be paid to you when you're no longer here, if you have the clauses written into your will, which me and my husband do have. So it's really nice to know that the hard work I'm putting in now will pay my children when I'm not here. That definitely wouldn't have been the case with my teaching salary. That would have been that for sure. It says their personal development program as well. And I remember thinking that was a little bit cheesy, people saying, oh, I've grown. It's probably one of the top things that people say when they come and work alongside us. There's no way 12 years ago that I'd have stood here doing this. I was a bit nervous in the car on the way over, I won't lie. I'm naturally quite shy. So standing up on stage, speaking in front of people wouldn't have been something I would have done before. But I've grown in confidence and been encouraged and supported. And if you speak to the other people in the room this evening, they'll report the same thing. So how do we get up and running then? You need some products. We've talked about the idea of recommending. So you can't recommend a product that you haven't used in the same way that you can't recommend a restaurant that you haven't eaten in. So what the company have really cleverly done is put together 2 what we call Start Your Journey packs. It's the tools of the trade. If you were going to be a mobile hairdresser like I was in a different life ago, I needed the tools to be able to do people's hair, my scissors, my brushes, combs, rollers, product, you name it. I needed that to get set up. That's exactly the same here. You actually get the choice between 2 different packs. It was mentioned before by Debbie, you've got our personal care items here where you get 2 of everything, our top sellers, and also our skincare pack. So my advice would be choose whatever products you like the idea of, the products that you're going to use and be able to genuinely feel the benefits, know what they smell like, know what they taste like, know the benefits, so then you can report that to other people too. These packs both cost £199 and 75 pence. the best £199.75 I ever spent. That was the only money I invested into my business as well. This business cost me £200. I'd made my money back in 2.5 weeks thanks to the support of people around me, helping me to get the product out there and share the business. And obviously making that 30% profit when you do sell a product makes it nice and quick for you to make that money back. We are heading into the best retail quarter of the year as well. So health and wellness gifts are high on the gift list this time of year for Christmas. And so the ability to get your product and the brand out there and have people doing their Christmas shopping through you is high as well. So I will just talk to you. Have I got time to mention a couple of products? Am I allowed to do that? I'm going to anyway. So let me tell you a little bit about our Logic skincare. You are welcome to try these out in the back. But here in the skincare pack, you get a really simple 3-step skincare program. Gel-based products designed for normal or combination skin. These are fantastic. My 3 children, the youngest being 7, are all crazy on skincare. It's wild, I can't believe it. Not makeup, they don't care about makeup, it's just skincare. And they love these, so I allow them to use these. My 12, she's nearly 12, for her 11th birthday, that's what she asked for. So fantastic, really simple skincare routine to, I suppose, for them to start having a routine, because I do want them to look after their skin. We've got our drinking gels here as well. I wouldn't be a day without our drinking gels, our flagship product. They're not sold on their taste, particularly this one. Has anyone tried it yet? Yeah. You'll know what I mean by that then. But this is my choice of drink. Debbie mentioned earlier she liked the berry nectar. This one's my favourite. The more aloe, the better for me. Simple as that. A simple shot in the morning makes me feel like I'm doing all I can to ensure my body is absorbing the vitamins and minerals that I'm eating through my food and my supplements throughout the day. Great for peace of mind. We've also got in our top selling packs as well, the tooth gel. I never imagined in my wildest dreams that I would have a business where I was excited to sell tooth gel. That's probably my second best selling product after the drink. Everyone that tries the tooth gel absolutely loves it. Nice, bright, sparkly teeth, and it's great for oral hygiene as well. So you genuinely are going to have products in your hands that you're going to use that people are probably using anyway. And I like that. So it's a simple suggestion of, look, I've started this business and I'm really excited about it. I've been using this brand. Would you try it? Would you be up for buying my toothpaste instead of the normal one you buy this month? Simple conversations like that. And then what I found is people started doing that on my behalf. Claire, you know that tooth gel? I've told my mum about it. Is it all right if she has one? Yes, it is. It's absolutely fine if she has one. So you're going to have these, and we're going to help you to get set up and running with your business, help you understand and learn the products, and show you how to be able to professionally recommend them as well. I'm out of breath. Not only do you get those products, you actually get the license to trade in all of those different countries. You don't pay any more or anything like that. In fact, it's a simple click of a button to open your business in those countries. What I was really excited about is that this isn't something that's being tested or something that's new. This is a business model that's been in place for years and years. All I have to do is come in and learn it. Learn what to do, but whilst I'm learning, I'm earning. So I almost saw it as a bit of an apprenticeship. I'm going to learn, keep learning, and I'm still learning 11 years in. Still learning the best ways to get the product out there, still learning how to professionally share the business opportunity, and still learning how to coach people and have the best environment for them to thrive in. You will get a personal business coach and mentor, probably the person that's brought you along here this evening, and be a part of a really supportive community, both within the team that you'll become a part of, but also much wider than that. We love getting together, we're just talking out there, being face-to-face, sharing ideas. We've got a number of big events coming up, and you're welcome to be a part of that. You get your own web store. Go and ask anybody who's got a traditional business if they've got a website or a web store and how much it costs them, because they'll go, oh, it's really expensive. And they do tend to be. You're going to get that as part of that £200. You're literally got a business that's ready to go. From the moment you fill out the application form to purchase whatever business Start Your Journey pack you decide, you can start using that web store and create your link. And you do have access to online platforms and printed support materials, marketing materials, images, training. It's actually quite overwhelming. There's so much there, and we'll help guide you to what, the first steps in your business and how to get up and running. Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, this was just launched today. It's the first of the month, isn't it? So anyone that does get registered and get started with their business in the month of October gets to come to that event I was just talking about. We've got a really exciting event on the 22nd of November here in the UK and the 15th of November over in Ireland. These are events that I absolutely have to be to. I haven't missed one in 11 and a half years, and you're going to be invited for free to come along to that. So these events don't particularly cost a lot of money anyway. So I'm not downplaying the incentive here. What I mean is these events won't cost you hundreds and hundreds of pounds to be there, but we know that you'll get great value out of being there as a new business owner, getting a feel for what you're a part of. So yeah, this takes us right back to the start of the presentation and what Debbie was talking about. I've done a great job of talking about me and how I felt and why I started this business, and we've heard from CJ, Debbie and Tina, but why are you here? what is it you're looking for? Because we are all different in that respect. We all work the same business model and love the same product. But what you want out of this business might be very different to the person sitting next to you. So go back and think about that in your mind now, because all sorts can happen when you hear information like this. I remember being on a bit of a roller coaster. I was excited 1 minute, then the next minute thinking, oh God, I don't know if I can do it, and will it work? And I've never done anything like this before. How else am I going to have more time with my children? I did find myself on that roller coaster. But when I went back to the reason why I looked at the information in the first place, I was in. Because I still haven't, 11 and a half years in, found another way that would give me the income I'm earning today with Forever and the time I've had with my children. So what is it that sticks out for you, and have that in your mind as you go and sample some of the products. This venture will work out for you. It's a proven business model if you're prepared to take it seriously. If you're prepared to learn some new things, absorb the training, use the product, stay motivated. It's your own business. No one's going to knock on your bedroom door at 9 o'clock on a Monday and ask you to start work. It is on you to have that self-motivation and that desire to be consistent to see the success you're looking for. Having a positive attitude does make all the difference, being passionate and excited about what you do. The next steps then for you are to literally get that box ordered. You can pick it up today. You can head to our Aloe store. We need you to fill out an online application form. You can then take your box away with you today. If you do have any questions, please do get them answered here. Don't go away and mull them over and think about it, or even worse, like I did, ask people around me what they would think about me starting this business. They had no idea what I was talking about. It's like asking someone what university is like if they've never been. No, we're not here to convince you. We'll be honest with you in our answers. Happy to talk about any part of the business you understand or didn't understand or want a bit more information about. And if you've sat here tonight and enjoyed and feel like you've learned some new things about network marketing, Forever Living, but it's not quite for you, I would really encourage you to take some products home with you and try them, because I'm sure you'll get some great benefit from them as well. Oh, let me go back to that slide. That concludes this evening, I believe. And so all I need to do now is we've got an exciting couple of draws to do. I'm being nodded at, so there they are over there. I've enjoyed being here tonight, and actually every time I present this opportunity, it reminds me of why I got started, and it kind of reignites this fire. So if you're at the start of your journey, I wish you every success, and I can't wait to see you at Success Day in November.